Okay, welcome to One Stop Co-op Shop. This is Steve. I'm here with a special guest, Dan. Hey, Dan.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, happy to have you on. So Dan was interested in this game. We chatted quite a bit off the side, and let's try it out. So we tried it out a few days or yesterday, I would say, and we're here to play the game for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy. So this game we're playing is I don't know, maybe not a very well known IP. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, this is Skyrim, the board game. So yeah, this is a big intellectual property. I love the video game. So this is. I was really excited when I heard that this was coming out.
It's one of my brother's favorite games of all time. Definitely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going to be diving in on how this plays. We're doing this live on YouTube, so if you happen to catch us live, feel free to drop comments in there. We'll stop and answer any questions you have on how the game works, all that fun stuff. We are not doing the tutorial. We kind of ran through that together previously, and the tutorial is kind of set up for like a one person, and honestly just walks you through step by step how the whole system works as a whole. So we're going to jump into the campaign one. So there's going to be a little bit of spoilers, just a heads up. But honestly, even if you know some of the things going on, there's a lot of different branching paths, and then also there's dice rolls and checks that happen too. So you won't see the same story twice, I would say, or unlikely, put it that way. But I think this is giving you the best idea of how the game works. And so we'll play a bunch, and then we'll end it, and then we'll just share our first impressions at the end. Okay. So what is Skyrim the board game? This is a big open world adventure type game. Very similar to the video game. You know the video game where you've got the world of Skyrim here, and we'll be traveling around the world, going to these different points and doing quests. Lots of quests. And the game relies heavily on quests. There'll be a big quest deck, and they'll say like, "Hey, draw a card 184, do a bunch of stuff on it, and after this, if you pass or fail, just put it back in the box, grab card 248 or whatever." I'm just making numbers here, of course. So you'll be drawing all these cards, and it'll be telling a story as you go. It's heavily card driven, and in the mod they've created, it's actually really slick. They have this numerical entry over here that you can just type in the number, and draw the card out of the deck here. So we'll be using that. Now, there's quite a bit else going on in the game. We're going to have world quests. So over here, we can have up to 4 world quests at a time. So these are quests that anyone can do, basically. We're going to have personal quests, ones that we do specifically. And then we have main quests. Each of us is going to have 2 personal quests and 1 main quest. The main quest is tied to the overall story. And the personal quests are just things you can do on the side. Basically your side quests, what it comes down to it. In addition to that, we can also have events. We have an event deck already set up, ready to go, and we're drawing through that and doing all sorts of fun stuff with that. So you'll see what comes out of that deck. Now, there's also combat in the game, of course, because it is Skyrim. We have different forms of combat. So if we look at this card here, this Dungeon Challenge, we're looking at Campaign 1, Chapter 1. So here it tells us if we ever go into a cave, you see those wolf symbols next to it? Those are the enemies we'll be drawing. So we'll be having 2 separate combat rounds, or 2 separate combat events with 1 enemy each. 1 wolf and then another wolf enemy. Doesn't mean it's a wolf specifically, it's just that type of enemy. And as you see, as you go down this list, those types of encounters get stronger and stronger, enemies get tougher and tougher. And of course, this card is going to change between each chapter and campaign. So as you go on, well, guess what? Now you might be fighting stronger enemies in that one, or maybe multiple enemies at a time. So that is going to change quite a bit. But that's what's going on here with the combat. We will definitely show you combat in this game as it happens. There are other things you can do. So if we look at the board here, this is all of the strongholds of the game. Solitude, Dawnstorm, Winterhold. These should all look familiar if you played the video game. And each of them has different attributes. So if you go to one of them, you will have different cards available to you in the market. And different special effects to them. One of them might like, hey, if you sell stuff here, it sells for $1 more, or you buy stuff cheaper at this one spot, or maybe it's easier to enchant things here. It'll change. In addition to that, to the right of it, you see they've got unstable, closed, and rioting. Over the course of the game, we'll be adding threat counters. We'll add them to quest cards, or if we don't put quest cards, we'll put them onto the board. And what that's going to indicate is these different cities are going to become unstable, eventually become closed, and then start rioting. And rioting is really, really bad. So it kind of pushes the whole narrative in the game forward as we're trying to manage what quest is important to do, which one do we not want to do. Do we want to do we not care about the city right now? Can they take some hits right now? So yeah, that's gonna drive it forward quite a bit. Okay. The other things we have are we'll be able to upgrade your equipment, enchant it. You can go into the wilds, explore the wilds, or go and have stronghold events. And then we also have quite a bit of equipment, of course, you can gather. Okay, that is it. Now this is a demo; not all the cards are available, but at least we're going to go through this and kind of give you an idea of how the game plays. That's the goal. Let's go look at a character board real quick, and after we look at the character board, we'll just dive into it and we'll start playing. So I'll look at what I've got in here. I'm playing as the Imperial. So every character in the game is going to have some type of passive effect. So I've got Imperial Luck. When drawing a treasure, I can lose a health to draw an extra treasure, which is kind of nice. And then there's some other options there. When you learn certain skills, you can get other bonuses. So if I learn Block and I have a shield equipped, I get more defense. And then if I learn Restoration, I heal extra amount. So everyone's going to have different adjustments to what they have for that. The rest of the board you see here, we've got space for different armor. So we have helmets, armor, hands, and your feet. So those are what you can be wearing. So right now, well, I'll explain right now. I've already picked our equipment. I'll explain that a little bit later. You can also have items and trinkets. You have 2 of each right there. And then you can also have your stash. So this is up to 4 items you can be carrying as well, and different statuses you can have. Now on this board, we're going to have different components. Right now, we're going to start with some plant components. You have plants, you can have ore, and you can have soul gems, and they all do different things. You can use them for luck mitigation, and you can also use it for other game effects. We have space for experience, so space for money, and then this is going to keep track of what do we need to level up to. So to get the next level, we need 7 experience, and then we'll actually put a skill down there. I'll show you what that is later. And then here's our 3 stats. We have health, which is the helmet, red path here. We have stamina, which is a green one, and magic is the blue one down here. And there's this little token here. You can see this one actually moves. This is going to keep track of our max. So we can never go above that max. But as we level up, of course, that'll move forward, and we'll be able to move our token further along that track. A lot of other stuff going on. This is a real brief description of what's going on. I'm going to play Imperial. Dan, what are you playing as?
I'm going to be playing as the High Elf. So I'm going to be using a little bit of magic, which I'm excited about. That's what I would be doing if I was actually playing the game.
Nice.
Actually, it was just because I'm re-familiarizing myself with this, but the 2 plants they give us is kind, because one of our starting items is the Potion of Minor Healing.
That's right.
Which uses 2 plant to heal.
That's right.
So that sounds good.
We might need the healing.
Yeah. I'm just hoping to stand behind you and throw some fireballs at people. Yeah.
You take all the hits?
Yeah. I'll give you my extra potion.
Okay. Alright, so to start the game, like I said, we're going to play Chapter 1. The story is actually set before the events in Skyrim. So we're going to be associated with the Blades Guild. And so because of that, there's this separate Blades deck. Don't look at it, but basically it's a bunch of characters that we may encounter. Or they may die, we don't know. So there are a lot of things going to be changing in this game as you play. I'll tell you destroy cards, you won't know what it is. Well, you don't destroy cards in the game, let me clarify that. You put them in the box, you don't look at them. So you can always reset this game. But we need to start the game with these our own main quests. So I'm going to be trapped, and Dan's going to be arrested. So let's go ahead and pull these closer to us, next to our boards. Okay, so mine is trapped. So mine says, Maritz, a traveling explorer, hires me to protect her while exploring some ruins. The place is quiet, yet it makes me feel uneasy. Deep in the ruins, she pulls a lever. A cage falls right next to me, failing to trap me. We both sadly stare at each other. See you. What are you doing? Her disappointment is palpable. It only takes me one strike to defeat her. A note falls from my attempted captor's pocket as she falls. So we flip this card over. Okay, so now it says, Nerys, it's been too long since we last spoke, and now I've come to you asking for assistance. I need you to keep some people secure in your ruins. Their names are on the back of this letter. I'll give you what you've always wanted if you do, and this is Moiva Carnia. On the back of the letter, I find a list of names of blades, mine included. Place your figure in Whiterun. So I will be putting my character in. Where's Whiterun now? Whiterun's up north, I believe, right? Winterhold, no. Windhelm, where's Whiterun? Oh, in the middle. Just kidding. Right here. Cool. So I put mine in Whiterun. And then it says I've got two options to pick. So I can choose option one. I will recruit a mighty warrior to help me find Moiva Carnia. I choose two equipment cards, and then I draw this card, 168. Or I can reach out to someone wiser than me to help find Moiva Carnia. And I choose two equipment cards and draw this other card. And so we kind of skipped ahead and drew our equipment cards already. But I just wanted to show you kind of how that setup works. So I think, because I'm already feeling warrior-ish, I'm going to do the choose one wiser. So I will jump to card 170. But before doing so, let's see what. Let's jump to what you're going to do, Dan, on yours. So what's happening with you?
I just want to start by saying I was wrongfully accused.
Wrongfully accused.
Yeah, I don't know how this happened. All right, so for months I've been rebuilding my life in Windhelm. One day, guards break into my home and arrest me for no apparent reason. See, I told you I didn't even read this yet. I knew I didn't do anything wrong. I'm thrown in an empty cell and left there to rot. The guards show up drunk at night, celebrating my capture. One of them falls asleep close to my door. Your hand is actually blocking the rest of
I'm
my
sorry.
ability to read this. Sorry.
There you go.
I could see the keys poking out of his pocket, and while he's still asleep, grab them. I scrape through the Windhelm jail. My path takes me to the barracks where one of the guards who arrested me sleeps. I search through his belongings until I find a mysterious note.
You got notes too.
To all Windhelm guards, dangerous criminals are living in your midst. Their names are behind this letter. You must find and capture them. You'll be handsomely rewarded. Moiva Carnei.
Oh.
On the back of the letter, I find a list of names of blades, mine included. Ooh. Okay. So do I get assistance? Even if it's costly? Do we start with money? I don't have any money on me. I was just arrested. Did I find that in any guards' pockets?
There you go.
I'll seek assistance of an information broker. That sounds good.
Okay.
I don't have any money. I don't want to start the game in debt.
You're going to choose option two then, huh?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So looks like you're going to start also in Windhelm next time.
Windhelm, yeah.
No, that's not me. Now, where's Windhelm? Windhelm is over here, looks like. Yeah.
Okay.
So now we'll go ahead and draw a card. So I'm choosing card 170. So this is, I think they did a really good job. Oops, oh no, don't want to do that. Sorry. Okay, so let me draw 170. There it is. Okay. I'm going to draw your card, and while you draw your card, I will show everyone what's going on with this. So, 170, unwanted guess. It said, Edwall, the summoner, is still nominally a blade, even though she spends her time researching the College of Winterhold. So you see down there, it's got the little objective token with Winterhold, and you see the bar across. That bar generally means you kind of stop reading here. That's all you need to know. You can read further. It's not a big deal, but you only need this much information at this point in time. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a marker, and I'm playing as blue. So I'm going to grab one of these blue markers, and I'm going to put mine up in Winterhold, which I believe is, yeah, it's up here. So this objective for me is associated with that location. And then let me look at the card actually a little bit more. So the other thing important about this card is you see that there's a 0 in the box with some lines underneath it. That means that this quest is recommended you're at level 0, which is good because We're at level 0. It'd be really bad if it was higher. So the nice thing about this game is as you find different quests, it may give you a hint that you might want to level up before you attempt it. But this one we should be able to do. Okay, so we need to go there, and then we can read the rest of the card. So what do you got for yours?
I decided to look at my blade friend, Caroline, the hunter, at his house in Winterhold. So I'm heading to Winterhold as well.
Hey, we meet up. Okay.
Sounds good. So we start
So
apart, but
you are yellow, I guess. So I'll grab a yellow token for you.
yeah,
Go. Put one up there too. Okay.
awesome.
So we did that. There's one other thing we have to do for the start of this campaign. Now it's just getting our main quest going. We also have to get the card 209. Yeah. Okay. Let's grab card 209, and then we'll take you through the turn structure and how the game works. Okay. So this one is, I believe this is like a quest for everyone, to be honest. So Tainted Haven. Year 175 of the Fourth Era, a great war rages across Tamriel. A group of young blade recruits go on their first mission, a patrol around the forest of Cyrodiil. A Thalmor ambush catches them off guard, and they barely escape alive. Upon returning to the camp, they find it desolated. The Thalmor have been here. Cyrodiil is not safe for them anymore. They escape to Skyrim, far from the Thalmor's clutches. Skyrim, the Reachmen have conquered Markarth. My gosh, I can't spell or talk tonight. And tensions between them and the Nords are rising. Okay. No special rules for this chapter. Chapter failure. If a main quest card reaches its threat marker limit, the chapter is lost, and then we have to draw a card 212. So, what that means is, if we look at our cards here, so let's look at Dan's card. His card number in the top left corner is 166. Top right, you see that big 4? That's the threat limit. So we can put up to, when we put the 4th threat card on it, we automatically fail that quest. So it's kind of a timer. And how those are going to be added to the cards is going to be based upon the event we draw each turn. So you have a threat of 4, and mine also has a threat of 4. So we have a little bit of time, but we don't want to wait too long to complete our quests. So that is what we need to do right now. Okay.
So it's in our best interest for neither of us to fail, because it says if a main quest reaches
That's right.
the friend.
That's right. We both want to do it. Okay. So you're on the map. I'm on the map. Okay. Let's actually start the actual play. That was kind of the preamble of how to set things up. So how does this work for a turn structure? What you're going to be doing is you're going to be doing a movement. This is not what I wanted to show. Reference guide. Let's go back to. Okay, yeah, there we go. Turn sequence. This is what I want to show you. So you will, the starting player will draw an event card. And then there's a chance that if there's any monsters on the board that move around. And then us as characters will move simultaneously. We can move up to 4 spaces. That can be increased or decreased based on a couple of things, like potentially if you have a horse. And then when we're in a spot, we'll choose one action to do. And that generally means if you have a quest, you can do the quest. If it's on a different location, you can try to explore what's at that spot. You can go into, for example, a city and buy stuff or see what's there. And then when we're all done with that, we'll pass the start player token around and we'll rinse and repeat. So it's a lot of event, move forward, move up to 4 spaces, and do something is the general turn structure. All right. So, Dan, how about you start? I'll give you the first player marker. And to do so, go ahead and draw the event card. Okay. So this one is a world quest.
Nope, that was a lie.
Oh, you flipped the whole thing over?
I flipped the whole deck.
Okay. Yeah,
I take that back.
Quest.
Okay.
So this is going to go over on the left side of the board.
Okay.
So this is something we can all do. And it says here, Contract on Cultists. Go ahead and read this one.
The Black Sacrament has been performed. A group of cultists must die. The Brotherhood demands it. Creepy. I like it.
It has the objective in Falkreath. So we can grab a gray token. Because those are the global. And where's Falkreath?
Down here. That's far.
Well, not too far from me. I can get down there. But yeah. Okay. And on these cards, if it has... This one doesn't have it. But a lot of times these cards will have a threat symbol on it underneath the text. So luckily we don't have any threat this round, but
Right.
usually you do. Okay. And here it looks like we have to clear 2 enemies to do it. So I don't think I'm ready to do that by myself. So I might just leave it for now. we'll just
Yeah,
come back
we could
later.
add them to our personal quests when they pop up for a little bit.
That's right.
Um,
Okay, so that is it. Now we go
can you
on.
get there in a move?
I
Because I certainly
can, I
can't.
can, yeah, because it's 4 spaces, so it's 1, 2, 3. I can get there 3.
3. So strangely, I can get to my main quest. I can get to Winterhold in one move, but I don't think you can.
One,
And the
two,
closest you can get is the cave
three.
right here.
I can't get there. No, I cannot.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The
No,
other thing you
I could
could
just
do,
saunter right in.
yeah, the other thing you could do is you could, you had money, you can actually take a carriage. So if you're in a city, you can spend 1 coin to take a carriage, and then you can move from one region. So if you notice the board, there's like a yellow region here. This is the
Hmm.
winter run hold, and then there's East Mark over here, and the Pale. So each of those regions cost you 1 coin, and so you can move
And
from one side of the map to the other if you spend a little bit of money.
you like move right to the other named location.
You go, yes, you go to the next the city or the stronghold is what you head
Right.
towards. Yep.
Okay.
So, for example, if I
That's
was
cool.
in Whiterun and I want to get down to Falkreath,
Hmm.
and let's say I could spend 1 coin to get down there. It's not a big deal because I can get there with movement, but just an example. But if I wanted to go from here to, for example, Solitude, there's one region between me, so that would be two money to get over there.
Got it.
Yep. But right now I don't have any money, so I can't
Yeah.
take a carriage.
I was just say, you sure we don't start with money?
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's go do our stuff. So I'm gonna head towards Winterhold. I think that's the better option to do right now. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna end on this cave.
That makes sense.
And what would you like to do? Or actually, you know what? Maybe I'll go here. Let's see what this is.
I mean, I was gonna say,
Hey, we
what?
got lots of stuff coming in. So hey Ryan, thanks for joining. Is this happening in a phase of the game? I'm not sure what you mean next there. I'll have to ask what you're thinking there. Okay, sorry. What are you doing, Dan?
So what do these different zones mean? Obviously, the triangle with the door in it is a cave.
Yeah, so I can do
This is.
combat if I go here.
Well, I was
Um,
gonna say because I could get to that cave with you and we could fight together. Otherwise, I could just go to Winterhold and advance my personal quest.
yeah, if you want to
Um,
do you want to do a battle in the cave with me? You can. It's up to you.
I can. 2, 3. Yeah, why not?
Okay, we'll show a battle,
This is
and then
sure.
we'll go to Winterhold together after this.
There we
So
go. Yeah, might as well.
okay, so yeah, so this is the movement part of the phase of the turn, and then we do an action. And so the action, I am no, you're first player, so you would do your action first. Your action first is to do the do exploration. So that means if we come over here to the dungeon card, and here it says we have to fight 2 separate monsters. But the nice thing is I'm there with you, and anytime you do a dungeon dive like this, the other person could do a separate dungeon dive action, or can join you. I'm gonna choose to join you, so we're gonna do this together.
Sounds good.
Okay, so let's
So
just jump into combat. Draw the first card.
the mud crab.
Mud crab. Okay, so
So we
now
draw. Yesterday we'd only drawn one. Do we draw both? I mean, we drew one at a time.
correct. You draw
Do
one at a
we?
time because if you look at the card, they are not combined into one box. So I don't have an
Ah,
example I can show
understood.
you. Um,
That's okay.
yeah, but yeah, basically, if there's the white box has multiple icons in it, then you would draw multiple enemies at a time.
Okay.
But we just got this lonely mud crab, and so we're gonna put this marker and let's look at what he does. So important thing to look at up here in the corner is level 0. So this is a level 0 monster. It is probably going to be removed from the game after we destroy it. In fact, it is. I'll explain a little bit why that is. This here, of course, is the deck it's in. We've got the name, of course. It's got a sneak value, which means you can actually sneak it on an enemy or try to do a sneak test to do a free attack on them. And then this is their AI cards, so our AI. So we'll be rolling this red dice, and whatever symbol we roll, it's going to dictate what ability to do. In this case, the mud crab just has a pincer ability, and it's going to do 1 damage. Is all it's doing, and he has 2 armor. The bottom here tells you what we get for it. We just get 1 experience. So this is a super weak enemy. Just find a mud crab in the cave. Okay.
Mind his own business.
Mind its own business. Not anymore. It's not. So you just rolled it. We got an axe. So he is going to do his pincer. Okay, but now let's look at combat round real quick. Let's talk about how this works.
Sure.
So I'm going to show this reference because I think this is pretty useful. So how it works is you can use potions and switch equipped items, all that fun stuff. Then you will look at. Well, technically, we have to do a sneak first. Yeah, I don't see the sneak on this combat one. Maybe it's on the next one over. Sneak and disarm. Here you go. So during the first combat round, you can attempt to do a sneak, which is I don't know if you want to do that or not. It's up to you.
I don't even think I have the ability to.
Okay, let's not worry about sneak. Basically, you can roll a bunch of dice, and if you're successful, you get to do a free attack. That's that simple. But we're just gonna do a normal attack. Okay, so how that works is, you can choose either character to go, and once you've taken a combat action, you'll exhaust your card or tap it, and then someone else will choose to do an action, and then once everyone's exhausted, you ready everyone, you do it again. So it just means you can take your turns in any order in combat, but you have to make sure everyone has a turn before you take another turn. That's all that means.
So that could be strategic based on the kind of damage we can do and the armor they have.
Exactly. So now this guy has red armor. I'm not great because I think I just do red attacks. I do have a yellow attack, so I could potentially do it. But what do you have for your type of attacks? You have magic?
I have magic. I do pink and yellow.
Okay. So you would be better at this guy. Yeah, you'd be better at this guy. So how about you go first? Okay. So, let's see. Okay, so we roll the enemy die, and then you can choose what action you want to take. Now, how it works is, if you choose an offensive action, we'll resolve the enemy attack first, and then you get to do your attack. If you do a defensive action, you'll try to block all the effects of the damage, and if you're successful, nothing happens. And if you do a special action, it's kind of the same thing, except at the end of that, the enemy will definitely attack you. And so you choose one of those 3 things. They all have different pros and cons on how you want to do it. But this guy, like I said, he's only going to be coming at you with 1 damage, so you're probably okay just taking it. So
I'm gonna absorb that. Yeah.
Okay. So how it works is, you roll the axe, and because the axe is on, oops, sorry, guys, there you go, is on the pincer, and he's got the 1 red physical damage, would come over to your board and you look at what defense you have. You actually have 1 magic defense.
Right.
And I don't see any other defense on there. You can see the magic defense gets on the bottom of his robes there. So
right.
How it
and
works,
if I wanted to not attack, I could dodge.
You could dodge.
But that would then be my whole action. I wouldn't be able to attack after that. So if I had low life, that'd probably be something I'd want to do.
That's correct.
But thankfully, I have all my life, so I'm just going to eat it.
Yeah, you can take just 1. That's fine. And then, yeah, so how it works is, if the attack type matches your armor type, you will look at the difference, and then that difference will be what you take. If it doesn't match, then you take the full damage type. Is how it works. It's a little hard to explain right now. It'll make a lot more sense when we just run through the combat, honestly. So we'll just run through. So long story short, you're gonna take 1 damage from this. So, and then you can do your offense. So what are you gonna do?
So I'm not going to bare hand punch him because that would get blocked.
Yeah.
That wouldn't make sense. So I think it appears the burst, not only is going to take 2 magic to use, but 2 of my 3 would need to have the circular symbol.
Yes.
And ultimately, I don't think you went over this, but the attack dice, how they work is 50% of them are that circular symbol, 33% of the triangle, and 16%, ultimately one side, is a diamond.
Exactly right.
So it'd be, yeah, it's not a far reach on 3 of them to get 2 of them to have that circle, and I would kill him straight out if I did it.
Yep.
But I'm gonna let you fight as well. So I'm gonna go for the easier 1 triangle. Just hit him for 1, and then let you finish him off, I think.
Go for the shock. Okay. Okay, so to do this destruction spell, you're going to have to spend 1 magic.
Right.
That's what that first symbol means to the left of it. And then you're going to roll the check. The check is always 3 dice. It can increase or decrease depending on what you have. So, if, for example, this is a destruction type spell. So if you had destruction skill, you would roll another die. And on top of that, and you can also push as well, which means you can roll extra dice. But we'll explain that in a second. So go ahead and roll. And you're looking for what? You're looking for a
Triangle.
Triangle. Okay, go ahead,
Right.
roll them up.
Right.
Oh
Oof.
no!
And
Okay.
I get the 2 circles.
Got the 2 circles you needed. Okay, so you missed that attack, but after you roll, you can now push. And how pushing works in the game, you can do this for any roll in the game, I believe. I'm pretty sure. Maybe not a skill test. Oh, sorry. I think you do for any roll for the most part. But for combat, it is limited to twice a turn. You know that by up here. It's got 2 little cubes on the board, so it tells you can push twice. And how to push twice is you would spend another resource of whatever you just spent, 1 more, so you have to do another magic, and you roll an extra die. It's up to you if you want to do it or you don't.
Oh, absolutely.
You can do it, roll an extra die.
Yeah.
So you just add a die to your roll.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, but in between the 2 enemies, I'll get all my. Oh, I might not get. I get stamina back.
You get
I
stamina
wouldn't get
and
magic
magic
back.
back. You get both.
Oh, so then absolutely.
Yeah, you don't get your health back.
Absolutely. Right.
Got it.
There we go.
Boom.
There we go.
So that's 1 damage, and because it doesn't match anything, you don't do any reduction. He just takes 1 hit straight up. Yep. So you can move that marker down. If this marker ever, if all this armor goes away, that enemy is defeated. Okay. And then because you did your turn, did the attack, did the action, everything, you then will take your character card and tap and turn it sideways, to indicate that you did your combat action. Or you can take mine, turn sideways. So.
Oh, sorry.
No, wrong character. So. But yes, that will keep track of this, and then oh yeah, actually, I'm glad you flipped over. These are actually double sided, so you can actually choose your gender in the game. So
Oh, that's nice.
Yep. And now we'll do the next combat round. So now it'll be up to me. So let's do the whole thing again. So the first thing you do is potions. You can change items. I'm not gonna worry about what I'm doing. I'm gonna roll the enemy die. See what he does. All right, here we go. Rolled a sword.
Miss.
So he has no sword ability, so he's not attacking. So easy pickings. So I'm definitely gonna do offensive attack.
Somehow a mud crab that can hold an axe, but not swords.
That's right. Hey, I've seen those videos online where the crab has the like knife. So
It happens.
Okay, so what do I want to do? I'm gonna just do a one-handed swing with my sword. It does 1 yellow damage, which is plenty to take him out. So, actually, any attack, but any attack will take him out at this point. For what I have. So,
Unless you tried to punch him.
let's talk over how this works exactly. So, if I were to punch him, let's say I was going to punch and it's 1 physical damage, right? And let's say the mud crab was, let's say I went to first and he was at 2 health or 3 health. Let's do a 3 health example. So this will explain how this works exactly. But I roll a dice to say I've been successful, so I'm doing 1 physical damage to him. Look at his armor of 3. The difference of 3 and 3 of 1. So difference of the difference of that is only is 2, so it's going to drop down to 2. That's not a good example of doing it.
Wouldn't it
Let's
work
say
that
let's
he
say
has
let's say
3 armor? You only hit him with 1, so that's like -2. He has more armor, so you don't hit him.
you always take one
Shouldn't
hit.
you have more number?
Yeah. So let's do a different example. Let's say I attack with a physical attack of 2. Doesn't make more sense. Let's say he has 3 and I'm doing a physical attack of 2. So because the attacks match, we look at the difference, a difference of 1. So that attack would only move this marker down 1 space. Okay, that's how that works. If, for example, he had 5 and I attacked with a physical attack of 2, so that is also going to be difference of 3. So it's going to move down 1, 2, 3, right? So, no, it's not. I'm messing this up. 3 and 2 is only going to be the difference of 1, right? Yeah. And then, but if I had attacked him with a yellow attack with 2 damage, he would take the full hit. So go from 3 all the way down to 1 instead, because it doesn't match up. I think I'm doing a really bad explaining this. I apologize, everyone. So, so basically, if the attack matches, you have to compare the values, and look at the difference, and the difference is what the effect's going to be. If it doesn't match up, they take the full value instead. That's what it comes down to. However, what you're saying, Dan, if I attack, so right now he's at 1, right? If I would punch him, I only have 1. The difference of 0, right? But it
Right.
always takes 1 damage. So even with a punch, he would take a damage. So, okay. So let's go ahead and do that. I could do a punch. I don't think it matters because I can do a slash for the same effect. Let's do a slash. Actually, let's do a swing. That is 1 yellow. So I'm going to spend a stamina to do that. I'm going to roll my 3 dice. And I need a single circle to do it. So here we go. Roll them bones. Got a single circle.
Ooh,
That
there you
is
go.
1 damage, 1 yellow, and he's gone. Cool. So he's gone. We're going to get the experience on the bottom of the card, which is 1, and we both get 1 experience for that. Also, we'll look at my board real quick, because I did the killing blow of this. And if you see where you are for the level, so right now, our marker is under, not under the 0 here. So we need one of these markers underneath that value, and then we'll remove it from the deck. But right now, we don't need to worry about that right now. So, okay, it's dead. We'll discard that one. Because we have another wolf, we'll grab another card. So here's the second wolf, or second enemy off the face. A skeever. So he has a little bit different. He's got a yellow armor at 3. A little bit bigger of a bite. So the other thing we do between battles is you go ahead and recover any of your stamina or magic you spent. So that goes up to your full maximum value. But not your health. Your health will stay that way until you complete the entire series of combats, and then you'll recover health at the end. Okay, so now we're up to the skeever. The question is who should go first. He's got yellow defense. I have red attack. 2 red attack. You have magic. You can do 2. What do you think? You want to go first or you want me to go first?
It seems like either one of us can hit him for 2. And neither of us is going to be able to kill him with that. So we're both going to go, I think, regardless.
Okay, yeah, and neither of us can sneak because I have. Yeah, I can't sneak.
I can't sneak either.
No, we can't sneak either. Okay.
Nope.
All right. So I guess
Playing with the cat yesterday definitely definitely helped that out. The sneaking ability.
It does. So I'll go first, so you can get the killing blow of this guy. So we'll do that. All right. So I am going to roll his die and see what happens. Roll the lightning bolt, which is nothing.
Safe again.
Nice. Okay. So I'm just going to swing at this guy. He's got 3 yellow armor. Let's go ahead and try to do my slash attack. So I'm going to have to spend 1 stamina for that. I have to roll 3 dice. I need a triangle. Okay, here we go. Take these 3 dice. Roll the bones. That is absolutely horrible.
Push.
Yeah, let's push. Let's push 1 more time. Roll another die. I can. I can push again. I'm pushing again. Gotta get it. One more die. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, triangle. Oh,
Wow.
jeez.
Now I'm gonna try to roll the circles and get none.
So, in this game, except for combat, you can keep pushing as long as you have resources. But specific for combat, it's got limitations on it. So that's the maximum I'm pushing can do. I cannot. I just couldn't hit the rat. I'm a noob, I guess.
So since you're going to have to fight again,
Yes,
um, and there won't be in between battles, are you gonna be able to get any stamina back
you
while I'm going?
can. So you can do that with a rest action. So if you look at your character card at the very bottom of it, it says rest and it says 2 stamina, 2 magic. So if you look at the options for combat, um, go inside here. It might be a little bit cleaner. Okay, you can choose one of the combos you can do. One option for combat you can do is the rest action. Let me go to the actual combat section because this might make a lot more sense to show everyone. Okay, I'll find it in a little bit here. But basically, what happens is the enemies can do all of its attacks like against you. Can't block it. You can't do anything special, but you will recover 2 stamina, 2 magic. So I might have to do that, but hopefully not. I can still swing one more time, and yeah, we'll see. Okay, so that's it for my turn. It's up to you, Dan. See if you can do something against this guy.
Well, I guess I am gonna try the circles this time.
You want to roll the enemy dice? See what
Oh,
happens?
so if I try to push this, I have to use 2 more magic to push.
Pushing is only the type, so it's only 1 cost. So
Okay.
so if you did your burst, which is 2 magic
hmm
to do the initial effect, if you push it, it's only 1 magic each time after that to push.
Okay, then I'll take the gamble. I'll go for it.
Okay, so you want to roll
So I
the
need
enemy die first and see what he does?
sure.
Okay. In case you want to, I don't think you want to block him. He's got 1 bite. Lightning bolt. Nice.
Nice.
Okay, free attack. So you're
This
gonna do
rat
your.
is not too coordinated in its attacking.
He falls after me with my awesome coordination of attacking here.
There we go.
3 circles, and you need what? 2
So
circles. Nice.
we're gonna say I chose the non-yellow option of the 2 there, and
Yep. So
hit him for 2.
2 magic damage. Down to 1.
Oh.
Okay. Because we both exhausted, let's go ahead and ready our characters, and we can do another round. So I think you're better suited at taking him out. So I'm gonna have you go again.
Sure.
So roll that die, see what it does. Axe. So he's biting this time.
And he might have rabies, so I'm kind of nervous about this.
Yes. You don't have a way of blocking. I do have, so just real quick, if he's biting me, I've got iron armor, which has 3 physical defense reduction. So I would not take any damage from the bite. However, anytime you don't take damage from a bite, or take damage like that, you would then lose 1 stamina instead from the shock of the blow, basically. It doesn't hit your health, but it hits your stamina.
And you don't have stamina to spare.
Right, and anytime you run out of resource, like I need to spend stamina and I can't, and then I lose health instead, or magic. Whatever.
Okay.
So, all right. So
Okay.
what are you gonna do with his bite?
I just took it. That's okay.
You took it. Okay.
Yeah. I figure even if I miss here, you'll still get to go before I have to. And he only hits for 1, so
Only hits for 1.
that
Yep.
should be okay.
Yep.
So then, I guess it really doesn't matter, but so I give myself the opportunity to push. I'm going to just go for the shock. Use 1.
A single triangle.
Does this go all the way down to here?
It goes down to the symbol right here.
Okay, so I would have 2 more after that. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to use all my resources if I went for the burst. But either way, he has 1 health, so I'm going to go for the shock anyway.
Yep.
I need a triangle. And do not get it. I will push.
Okay.
Oof. I'm relying on you. I'm gonna trust you. I
Okay.
trust in you. I'm gonna
Okay.
push one more time.
Oh
Wow.
no! Stop rolling
Wow.
like me.
Wow. Okay. I am out of magic.
Yep. So much for that. Okay. So that was your combat action. Now we'll do next round. Fireball, which does nothing. That's great.
Sorry, I can still throw punches at him. I have all my
So
stamina left.
it's up to me. I'll just swing my sword. So spend 1 stamina for that, and I need a single circle. So this should be pretty easy, hopefully. So let's roll these dice. Yep, got the circle. It's
Nice.
one yellow damage. He has yellow defense, but it's if I successfully hurt, he takes 1 damage no matter what. So he's dead. Get the reward on the bottom, which is 1 experience each. Okay. That is it. So we completed those 2 enemies. We completed the dungeon delve, and that was the first round of the game.
Nice.
Okay.
So we get
So
all of our health and magic and everything back,
yep,
right?
everything
At
goes
this
back to
point.
full. So full stamina, full health.
Perfect.
Yep.
Pass you the first player token.
Yep. And I start with event card. So here we go. We get Treasure Hunter World Quest. Riches beyond belief are hidden in ancient chambers. Can you get them without waking the undead menons? Okay, so here you see you've got this 2 evil threat tokens on there. We have to put 2 threat on the someplace. Either it's on a quest that's out currently, or we choose to put it on the strongholds, which may cause them to riot or close down, for example. And then this is a world quest, so it's going to be in a ruins in the Pale. So we look at the Pale. Where's the Pale? Pale is right here. This is the Pale. And each region should have one symbol that matches. So it has to be this one right here. So that is going to be the other world event we have to go through. Put that over here. And we have to put 2 threat on something.
So
I feel like we're going to do our quests. I don't mind. Let's put both of them on mine.
On yours?
Yeah, I'll take both, yeah. Unless you're confident you're going to do yours.
I have to pick a lock, and to do so, which I'm not sure I'm meant to know, but how could I not look down there?
Yeah, you look down there. It's fine.
So I'd roll 3. I'd do a skill test, try to pick a lock, and need one of those triangles, which apparently is impossible to get since we only roll circles.
It's so true. But you do have to push. You need leaves, so you do have 2 leaves to start, right? So you can actually push that in case you don't do well in the lock picking test.
Oh, okay. That's
So
good to
it's
know.
not too
That's
bad.
what that
Actually,
means?
it might
Okay.
be best for you to take them.
Yeah, I'm thinking it wouldn't be too hard.
Because mine is I have to clear card 365. I don't know what that is.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but if I fail that, do I flip the card and see what happens on the fail side?
You know, success or fail, you'll flip it over and see what happens.
Right, okay.
All right. So that's on the board. New quest we can do, and now we can take our turns. So we move 4 spaces and do our stuff. So I am going to move myself to Winterhold. Yeah, something you to.
I have to pick a lock and do it quickly.
All right. So first action is I'll do my action first. Is I'll do the unwanted guess. She's agitated. Apparently, one of her experiments went wrong, and now there's a spirit in the cellar that won't leave. She asked for my assistance, so I need to find card 365. So let's go back over to here. Let's grab 365. There we go. Okay.
Ooh.
So what is this thing? A enraged spirit. Oh no. Oh no. This is not looking so good. So I gotta defeat this enemy apparently.
Now, since I'm there, can I help you with this, or are you on your own?
I think the
How
plan
is
was for
that
you
board
to do
not
your
locked
quest
down?
and I do my quest. So yeah, I'm on my own in this case. So, but good news is I do physical attacks, so that's good. Um, that technically would be a magic cube, so let's just do that just to
Oh,
be clear for
sorry.
people. You're fine. All right, so let's go ahead and do this combat real quick, and then we'll jump over your stuff. So roll the dice. Oh, nice! You're not doing anything.
Wow, you've not gotten hit yet. I don't know how you're rolling that so well.
Good at dodging, apparently. Not so good as fighting. Okay, so let's do combat. So I can do. Let's try to take out yellow. Yellow's at 3.
Right.
Yeah, let's try and knock that down. Okay. So let's go ahead and roll. I'll do a slash attack. So 1 stamina for that. And I need a diamond, or a triangle. So let's see what I get. Come on, triangle. Just one, just one. Boom, got it. So it's 2 red. That's going to take down its yellow down to 1. Okay, that's the first combat round. Next combat round, we'll roll the dice, see what it does. Double swords. It is going to do a slash attack. I have armor, so I'm just going to take it. So the 2 attack is going to come at me. I fortunately have 3 armor, so that's going to be 1 stamina hit to me instead. Okay. Now I can do my thing. I'm going to do offensive attack. I want to try to take it out. I'll do a one-handed swing here. So I just need a circle. And I can attack either of them. It doesn't matter. I'm going to take out one of them. Boom! Take out the yellow. So just got one more attack I need to do. Okay, next combat round. Here we go. Roll the dice. Axe. Doing nothing. Sweet.
Nice.
Let me do another stamina to do another swing. Here we go. Roll 3 dice. On circle. Boom! Got the circle. Last hit. Oh, yeah. So I cleared the enraged spirit. So, what happens next? I flip this over. Success! Edwell, the summoner, is grateful. I gained 3 soul gems and 3 experience. Sweet.
Nice.
If you don't mind grabbing that for me, Dan, I'll keep reading
No,
that card.
sure, sure.
So Edwell, the summoner, uses a spell to trace Moiva Carnet's note. Her eyes go white, and she slams her fist on the table. The Khajiit has peculiar allies. Khajiit caravan outside Fakhrith. She falls unconscious. Now I have an option. I'll talk to Khajiit and try to get information on her, or I ambush Khajiit and force him to talk. I'll just try to talk to him. I'll do option 177. So that is that. Grab card 177. Okay. And that is the next quest I have to do. It is going to Falkreath. I should be at level 1, it recommends. And so I get to move my marker. Where's my marker? No, you took care of it. So I'll move my marker, a new one down to here. Okay. Oh, it's still there. Okay. That is my action. Now it's up to you.
So I could not find these gems. Where's the pile of gems?
Oh, soul gems.
Oh, here they are. Okay.
Yeah, we need 2 of those, and what did I say? I got 3 experience?
Yeah, I got the experience. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I have, what, 5 experience right now, and I need 2 more to level up? Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. Okay, so the place is empty. A neighbor tells me he left in a rush a few weeks back. Inside, what does it say? Realize he barely had time to gather his belongings. I look around for clues.
Okay. I open the strange looking chest, so do your lockpicking roll. How it works is if you have a lockpicking skill, you would roll an extra die. And if the lockpicking skill is a legendary status, you actually upgrade it twice. You would roll 2 extra dice. But right now you don't have any of that stuff, so you're just gonna roll 3 dice, look for a single triangle, and you can push with leaves. So go ahead and see what you do.
Oof.
No, didn't get it.
I'm gonna go all or nothing. I'm using all those leaves.
Okay, use a leaf, need a triangle. Oh no!
Oof.
Oh no!
My last
Shotgun!
my last attempt.
Oh
Oh,
no! Okay.
all right. Let's see what happens. Oh no!
So you open the chest, but a trap destroys its contents.
In a
Um,
hidden compartment behind the bed, I find a note signed by Caroline, the hunter, addressed to any blades who finds it. Someone was on his trail, and he escaped. The note also mentions Moiva's recent activities. He points at Moiva Carne and her hideout in an abandoned cave in Haffingar. I will storm the hideout myself, or hire some mercenaries. I still don't have any money. I don't know how I'm hiring anybody.
so you storm by yourself.
Yeah, I got this.
Cool. And I believe that
What?
card, that icon, I think that means get rid of a treasure card. Let me double check the book real quick. Don't remember all the iconography in this one.
So now the 2 stays with me, even though I got a new card, right?
Yeah, you can keep the cards as a reminder of like what happened in the game, but it's no longer part of the game anymore. Essentially.
Oh no, I meant the 2 threat. Those stay with my limit of 4.
No, once you flip the card over, it can't hold any more threats, so they're just gone. The reason why we put it on
Ooh,
there is just to temporarily
beautiful.
store them, and now we don't have to worry about them. So, and that's
So
so.
threat are gone.
Oh, we move a card from the Blaze deck. Okay, so what happens is one of these cards is now gone from the game. You don't know what it was; it's gone. So,
Oof. All
okay,
because I couldn't. The note inside got incinerated.
it
That's
did.
terrible.
Don't know. That's something that happened to one of our buddies, apparently, or presumably. We don't know.
So I have to put a thing in the cave in Halfinger. Where is? Oh, up here. Okay. So top left. That is far from where you're going.
Yes. Okay. So with the how's it going? Okay. So we'll keep playing a bit more. Like I said, this is open world. There's no like set stopping point. So I think I might just try instead of going for the quest, which I probably would do if I was playing this normally. I think I will just show you guys a couple other things in the game. So I'm gonna choose different options for the next few rounds, and then we'll probably call wind it up. So because I don't want to necessarily go through the whole campaign, or we won't go through the whole campaign either, to be honest. First chapter, but I want to leave some of this for you guys to explore as well. Okay, so that was the end of the round. I get to replenish my stats. Boom. Okay, you are first player, and it is next turn. So go ahead and draw the event card. Mystery bargain. So this is an active event. So if you look at the board, there is a spot. Move this card real quick for event
Oh,
active and event discarded. So this is going to stay there, and it's going to be active until we get another active event. It's kind of just a global thing happening across the board. So go to any stronghold and turn in $10 to draw a treasure. Discard this card once used, but we also have to have 2 threats or something right now. So are you taking it? Really?
yeah. We're not playing long enough for that to matter.
Okay. I mean, you can take one. I can take
Really.
one too if you want to split it that way.
Sure.
Okay, we'll do that. One each. Okay. All right. Cool.
So we need $10 that we don't have.
Yes. Yes.
This money is
And
really elusive in this game.
well, you got a lot of money that last question looked like, so that's okay. And now we can do our movement and action. So I want to show folks this wild. So I'm gonna go over here. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll go down here. Let's go a little bit further. You can, if you want, you can stay in town and do a town one, or if you want, you can. Yeah, you can go like Dawnstar, do an event there potentially.
Sure.
Cool. All right, so we're gonna move. I'm gonna show you a wild, and Dan's gonna show a city event. So on my turn, I'm gonna draw this card, and we'll see what it is. So in the wilds, I get a valiant knight, Uglant Buglim. I'm trying to get rid of these filthy vampires. Care to help? Gain one, and that symbol is a component. So I can get a soul gem, I can get a leaf, and I can get a ore. And the leaves are used for, you saw, generally for like potions, stuff like that. The ore is used for upgrading a smithing, and then the soul gems are used for enchanting generally. I already have two of those. Can I enchant something? I could enchant my armor. Sure. I'll grab another one of those soul gems, just because I feel like it. Okay. Okay, I get that straight up, and then I perform the ritual. So now I can do a restoration spell to see what happens. So I don't have restoration skills. So I'm just rolling 3 dice. I need 2 circles to do it. And also, the nice thing about choosing that soul gem is I can push with those if I need to.
Right.
Okay, so here we go. Roll the 3 dice and see what I get. I need circles. Oh yeah.
Nice. Nice.
So as a success, I gain 2 experience. So that's gonna put me up to the magic number 7.
Ooh, that's nice.
So I wanted to show you. Perfect.
You could show that, yeah.
And at the bottom of it, it says quest. It's got the symbol of discard this card and gain 130. So I can choose to just keep this guy in the deck, or if I get rid of this card, I can get card 130 instead, and it's a personal quest. Yeah, sure. I'll show you what it is. So I will remove this from the game, and I will choose to get 130 just so you show you how that works. Otherwise, you can continue to encounter that guy over and over and over again until you choose to help him. So here's the quest I now have for Honor and Glory, Part 1. Covered in blood, Uglin Booglim is elated. This is just the beginning. We need to purge the land of the scourge. Come with me. I need to go to a ruins in Winterhold. So Winterhold is
Top right here.
right here, looks like.
Perfect.
Yep, perfect. This is a personal quest. Go on. So the nice thing about getting the personal quest is you see it's got a buffer for the threat tokens. So even if I don't want to do this, it's nice to have to throw those threat tokens on there to maybe just fail this one because we don't want to fail the main quest, rather fail a side quest instead. It's an option. All right, that is all I'm doing. You can do your Dawnstar stuff. So when you're in a stronghold, you will draw this card.
I just arrived. Can you please help me with the luggage? I could really use some assistance. And then I gain any resource. So this means I can't push, or I push for free?
This one, it pushes nothing on it, so it looks like you cannot push this one, yeah.
And I need 2. So I'm going to attempt to help him with his luggage. Seems pretty heavy since I need 2 triangles to do it.
But grab your resource first before you forget.
Sure. Let's get plants, because at least I know that will, if I can get another one, help me heal at some point.
Okay. And this one is roll for stamina. So what that means is you go look at your board.
I can get rid of my plants before. Throw those away.
Oh yeah. So you look at stamina. Your stamina is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're at level 5, so you're gonna roll 5 dice for that. And that's honestly why there's no push for this, because you're rolling 5 dice anyway.
Sure.
5 dice, and you need 2 triangles.
Fail.
Oh, negative.
These bags were heavy.
They were too heavy. You took your own stuff.
Yeah. All right. So was not able to.
Yeah, you don't get experience, but you could still get the quest if you want to. You don't have to.
Might as well.
Yeah.
So I'll go grab 126.
Okay. The other side, part 1.
So Fulgentius struggles to carry his own luggage since I'm too weak to help him. My servant was supposed to meet me here after taking care of some errands. Please check if he's still alive. So the reach and
reach.
Okay.
Here's the reach. Right here. Wild space is up here. That's nice. You got
so I have a nice little cluster of,
Huh. Okay, so that was our actions. We do the next round. So I'm first. So I draw the next event card. And we get Vampires on the Road. Our time has come. Move one vampire token towards the nearest stronghold. If it reaches the stronghold, degrade it and remove the token. If no vampire tokens on the board, place one on a wild space. So what that means,
Any
you come up
wild
here.
space?
Here's a vampire. What's that?
It says any wild space.
Any wild space, yep.
Let's get that vampire
Let's put
down in the
it
rift.
here.
You want to go fight that vampire?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
All right. This might be the end of the game anyway, right?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, you know what? I did skip something. At the end of the turn, I did have a 7 experience to level up.
All
So
right,
let's
right.
do that real fast. So how leveling works is I would discard all my experience, and you can never have more experience than you need for the next level. So if I were to gain, if I had 7 experience, I gained 2 more, I would just not gain them. Or if I was at 6 experience, I needed 7, I gained 2 more, I would gain just 1. So you can never have more than your next level. I know that because this 7 here. So now what I can do is I can choose any skill I want and put it in that spot. Now the question is, what do I want? Blocking is nice. Restoration is not bad. I might do slash. I roll more dice. One-handed. Yeah. Let's do
I was
one-handed.
gonna.
Alright, so I'm gonna grab up here and I'm gonna grab
Let's say alteration's pretty cool. This is cool. I could change your yellows to this other color.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, I'll do a one-handed. Where's my one-handed? There it is. Okay. Come here, one-handed. Come to me. Okay. So I will drop that right here. So, and then I also get to increase one of these levels. I'm going to increase my stamina. So I have 1 more stamina now. Cool. Okay, excellent. That's leveling up.
So now you auto roll another die when you use your sword.
That's correct. If I use my
Uh,
one-handed attacks with my sword, I roll an extra die. Yep.
we're ready to go take on this vampire.
That's what I was thinking. Like, let me level up first because we need a little bit. The other thing we could do instead is I do have enough to go enchant this armor or my sword, so I could go do that, and I have to go to a stronghold to do it. Okay, let's just for teaching purposes, let's go ahead and talk that through. Let's pretend we're going to skip ahead,
Sure.
just for teaching. So let's
Yeah.
say, for example, we switch spots. Okay, I was in Dawnstar. There. Okay, so if I was there, and then after you do your action in that place, you could actually go to the market and do stuff like that. So I'm going to do a enchanting. So to enchant, I need to spend. I'll enchant. Let's enchant the Iron Sword. Let's do it. The bottom right corner you see has got 2 soul gems. So I need to spend those 2 soul gems. But I'm going to spend a third. So I can spend an extra one. Means I draw an extra card. So I'm going to draw not just 1 card, but 2 cards. I'm going to pick which one is going to enchant the sword. Okay. So what that is you draw these cards here. These are really cool. I like this a lot in this game. You flip them over, and then you see there's an enchantment side, and then there is an upgrade side as well. So if I was doing an upgrade on the sword, I could choose to put it to the right side. So now, if you look at my card, it would add +2 to my slash attack, right? Or if I grab this one instead, it would add +2 to my swing attack. So they're in different positions, right? So it increases the damage potential there. Or I could actually, if it's an armor, I can actually upgrade it by sliding underneath. So now I got this yellow armor defense in addition to that. But because I'm doing enchantment, I could enchant my armor to do this, to increase my stat here. Or the weapon itself, right? So I'm going to do... Which one do I want? Gain 1 stamina when receiving any hits. Yeah, let's do that one. Let's absorb stamina. Cool. So now I've got a sword that's going to give me more stamina when I take damage. And this gets shuffled in. Okay. So we'll pretend we did that. Now let's go fight this vampire, and then we'll call this quits after this, so you guys can see what's going on. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it. All right, so we're both gonna move to the high elf. I mean, not the elf, the vampire. 366. So what that means is you come. So the roaming monsters, how they work? They work in 2 ways. They will either move towards a player, in which case it moves your spot. You have to fight it. If you move into a spot, you have to stop and fight, of course. If it ever moves into a stronghold, it will then degrade that stronghold. So it will become unstable, then close and rioting. But to show you another combat example, we're gonna do this. Also, you do flip it or in the air. So it's got either card. We have to find card 366 or it looks like 376. And it says in the rulebook to flip it like a coin, but you can do whatever randomizer you want. It's a 50-50 chance you choose one of those cards. So what card did you grab?
377. I typed in the first number you gave me, but this is what popped out.
Oh. Okay. That is fine. We are going to lose this game. That's fine.
Yeah, we got to end it anyway, right?
We're ending it anyway. No big deal. All right, so in this game, this is a good example. In this game, if you're ever told to draw a card and the card is not in the deck, you increase the number until you get to the next card. So, for example, in this case, because we were looking for card 366, you said? Is that what you typed in?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was no 3666. You kept going higher and higher and higher until you got to 377. And so this is what we'd fight. I think there were cards missing in the demo. I'm pretty sure that card should be in here, just FYI. But for demonstration's sake, and because it'd be fun to show a really big enemy, we'll just have this fight at this low level. So
yeah, this is basically Dracula who's gonna come kill us at the end of
pretty much. It's got lots of things going on. So oh man, it's gonna be tricky. The question is, do you want me to go first?
He has 2 sides of the die that won't hit us, and he hits us big.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. I'll just go first and maybe try and knock down his physical armor a bit. So we'll see what happens. Okay. So here we go. Roll the die. Nothing.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
God, let's look at that. Okay. Obviously, there's attack with Iron Sword. I am going to do one-handed, so I'm going to roll 4 dice, and I'm going to do my slash attack for 2 physical damage. So I need just a triangle. There we go. Ooh,
nice.
So 2. So that's enough to do. He's got 4. So that's not enough difference to him. So it's going to be 1, right? Yeah, it's just 1. Okay, if I can. Second up there. There we go. All right. So let's talk about that combat, because I feel like I did a really bad example of explaining that last time. Excuse me. So there's a really good example in the book that I kind of want to show everyone to better explain it, because this is something that took me a while to wrap my head around it. So the example is here, right here. For example, if a player deals 5 physical damage, an enemy has 3 armor, the armor is subtracted from the attack, the result is 2 damage. So the enemy's track would move by 2, right? So because I did...
So that's if the player deals 5. So
right.
It is kind of how I was saying. You'd have to have a higher number to hurt it. Otherwise, you're just going to do 1 damage.
That's exactly right. The enemy always suffers at least 1 damage from an attack, even if the armor is the same as the player's attack. So yeah, basically because it's so much higher.
So then, would it then not let me go for the red, because I could do something else and then go for one of the other colors?
Well, kind of. The problem is he's got all 3 colors, and if you do a red attack, you have to do the red damage track. If you do yellow attack, you have to do yellow damage track. If there's no yellow damage track, then you can do any of the others. So
Oh,
it doesn't
I
really matter in this
gotcha.
case how it works out. So yeah, I started the wounds. It is now your turn. So go and roll the red die.
Okay.
I'll be amazed if we take this guy out. We'll see. We'll see.
I do not have your luck. Nope. 4 damage
Do the
with a
swing.
swing.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
4 yellow. Wait, you have yellow armor, don't you?
No, I have pink armor.
Yeah, pink armor. So you can take all 4. You could dodge
Yeah,
it.
I might have to. And just go with your luck.
Okay. They put you. Why my luck?
So what happens if I land on this space?
Yes, good question. So this is a what's it called?
Which is what would happen if I if I ate this right now.
Yeah. So you could take 900 damage. Doesn't matter. Anytime you land on this spot, which is your final stand, I believe it's called, you stop moving. So you're fine. You're at whatever it is, and then you'll keep fighting. Next time you take damage, you would then continue down the track, right? And the cool thing about it is you can actually gain more than one of these. So you can actually gain like 2 or 3 of
Oh,
them. And so, for
okay,
example, if you have
nice.
3 of them, you've got like set armor spots that would stop you.
Sure. So a big 4 attack might only hit me for 1.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
unfortunately mine's 4 away, so that's
Yeah, it's the same thing.
not helping me too much.
But you can try to dodge it,
I
which avoids all damage from the attack. If you want to.
I might have. You know, I'll do it, and then next time I'll dodge.
Okay.
Why not? I'll eat it.
Okay.
So then I will try to attack with my 2 of he's yellow and pink. So pink, I actually noticed if we roll a skull, the drain will heal 2 of his pink.
Exactly.
So for that reason, I think I'm gonna go yellow.
Okay.
Um, all right.
So you can roll your
So I
dice.
moved. Yeah, rolled the dice. I got the 2
Oh, you did?
circles.
I missed that. Sorry.
Oh yeah, sorry. Got the 2 circles. So ultimately deal 1 yellow damage.
One
With
yellow
my
damage. This is bad,
oof.
boss. Like I said, I don't think we should be fighting this guy right now. But because we randomly drew him, we're just going to show you how it works. So, okay. Now it's the next round. Either of us can go. You want to go or you want me to go?
I have 1 health over here, man. Come on.
I'll go. Axes. Swing. Perfect.
4.
4. I think I just take it.
I think we have to.
Well, maybe not. If I dodge, at least I can gain my stamina back later. Oh, actually, I was supposed to spend stamina. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take the 4. I'll gain stamina. Okay, then I'll do attack. I'll do my slash attack for 2 damage. So I need a triangle with 3 dice or 4 dice. Here we go. Come on, come on, come on! That is not how you
Nice.
roll. I will
Oh, you
take
did a triangle.
I'll
Oh,
take a
sorry.
stamina hit again to roll another die. There we go. That's going to hit. He's at 4. Got 2. Difference of just only 1 damage. Okay. All right. This is not going well. You're up.
Oof.
Roll his die.
I'm
Hopefully, he does
I'm
nothing.
up. Why is my mouse not moving? There we go.
Nothing.
Woohoo!
Hey, there we go.
There we go. All right, there's a 33% chance that would happen. Now what do I want to do? I'm sorry, I'd spent 2 magic for it. I forgot to move this. I will. I'm gonna keep hunting. Do I use 2 more magic again? I guess so.
Yeah. Well, maybe
Guess.
the shock. It doesn't matter because you're not going to do any more than 1 damage anyway, right? He's at what does he have for his armor?
Oh,
Sounds like
he's
he's
up
at
at
2,
6.
or
Oh,
yeah,
for
or
the
6.
pink, he's at 6.
Yeah.
Um. So again, if I lose all my magic, how do I gain it back? I take
You'd
a
have to
rest action,
rest.
and that's a whole turn.
It's a whole turn. You gain 2 of it back. You do have this
I'm.
innate. In combat, you can lose 1 health to regenerate all your magic.
I only have 1 health.
That's fine. Nothing bad can happen.
I thought about that before. I was like, oh, I'm totally going to use this at some point.
Yeah,
And I
we're
only have 1 plant, and I need 2 to make this potion.
I have 2. I can use I can heal you or one of us. So, and we can do that
Hilarious.
between the combat rounds.
Okay, I'm going to do the 2. I'll take a rest if I have to. When I rest, he's attacking me. I assume, right?
Yeah, it's whatever he rolls. Yep. Yep. So you're doing.
Wow.
Did you get it?
No, I haven't rolled yet.
Okay.
Okay, so I need 2 circles. Woof. I push with my last magic. I have to rest anyway to do anything. All right, let's take this.
There you go.
Nailed it. Okay.
So 1 yellow.
Yellow's down to 1.
Yeah.
Progress. Progress has
Progress.
been made.
Okay, so now it is my turn. There we go. Oh wait, no. Yeah, my turn. Swords. He's going to swing. That is absolutely horrible. I'm going to dodge. How can I dodge?
I think you parry.
Yeah,
Would that not work?
parry works. Yep, or dodge. It's the same thing. So spend 1 stamina. I need
Mhm.
a triangle. Okay, here we go. Don't fail me now. Yes, I got it. Okay, so
Nice.
no effects. But at the end of my combat round, I'm going to spend 2 of these leaves to heal you 1 health. Okay. Next combat round. How about you go? We're gonna try to see how long
Yeah.
we can last here. This is a losing proposition.
Oh, Jesus.
Skull. That means he dies, right? I'm just kidding.
No. Well,
Drain.
luckily I had.
Oh.
Uh, luckily I hadn't been going for the pink, or he would have gained those back.
Well, the nice thing is actually you also because you're now above that marker, you're only going to drop down 1, so you're fine.
But do I want to?
Oh, you don't have any attacks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do I just?
You try punching him.
If I try to dodge it, then I can use a health to get all my magic back instead of resting and only getting 2 back. If I,
Oh, you can do that right. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I mean, I can punch him, and that would get rid of the red.
I mean that would be useful because then I can start taking out the yellow for you
Right.
easily, and then we just can double team the
Okay.
purple.
Right. So I'll use 1 stamina. I'm gonna try to punch him.
You're done with magic. You
Just
can
gonna
punch this vampire lord.
run up,
Seems a
run
great
up and
idea.
slap him. Yeah. Uh, this isn't dangerous.
So you need a triangle.
Triangle. Okay.
Is this at 1? or 2? I forget.
They were both at 1,
They're both at
if
1?
memory
Okay.
serves.
Okay.
Okay,
Not stamina.
I will be pushing.
Yeah, please. Can you only dodge or attack on your turn? Yes, good question, Jeff. You have a choice of doing an offensive action, a defensive action, or special actions. One of those three. So if you choose to do offensive action, the enemy attack is going to hit you first,
Nice.
and then you attack back. If you do a defensive action, you see if you succeed, and if you do, you ignore whatever they're going to do for attack, but you don't attack back. And the special action is you do the special action and then the attack at the end. So hopefully that makes sense. And there's also a rest. If you do a rest, they do what they're going to do, and at the very end, you heal 2 stamina and 2 magic each. Did you get it? I wasn't paying attention. Oh, you got it.
I,
Nice.
I did, yes.
Sweet. Good question, Jeff. Okay, so now it's my turn. So I I think I mean we're just gonna lose at this point.
Just keep rolling those fire symbols.
Yeah, if he doesn't attack, I need to dodge. We both need to just keep. We need him to miss so we can take him out. I guess.
Yeah.
How about an axe symbol? That is
Nope.
perfect. It's for
Nope.
yellow.
Yeah.
So I have to dodge this to not die. I guess to do that to try to stay alive for a little bit longer. But then I'm
Sure.
losing my stamina, so I can't. I think I'm gonna die no matter what. I think it's just delaying the inevitable. We'll try dodging. All right, I need a triangle. Here we go. Ah, I got it. Sweet.
Nailed it.
Okay. It is either of our turns at this point. You can go. Go ahead. Where you die. Lightning. What is that? Freeze. Oh no!
Wow. Okay. Luckily, I
Precious.
can block one of those magic with my novice robes.
So then you would take 3, and you lose stamina, so you'd be dead. I think we're just. I think we gotta call it.
It's
I
yeah. I mean, it's just gonna be. We're just gonna keep dodging until we. And I would still have to rest or punch him.
right, right. I don't see a way out of this at this point. I think the problem is this is just way too high enemy that happened to come up in the demo. So anyway, I'm trying to think of other things we didn't show you. I think we showed you most of everything in this game, and that is the goal. The goal is showing the combat, the quests, how you
Right.
can get more personal quests, how you explore, how you can team up and attack stuff. It was I think it was good to show this high level enemy just to see like how the combat works and how it gets harder and changes. Like this one, he drains, he heals himself, which is cool.
That
Um,
is cool.
yeah, yeah. We didn't show sneak or ambush. Ambush is they will attack, do a free attack on you first, and sneak is if you have the sneak value, you can attempt a sneak test and roll a bunch of dice. And if you roll the number of symbols there, for example, 2 circles in this case, you get to do a free combat action on them. You don't roll any dice. You just choose what you want to do and you do the effect. So that's really really awesome. We could have done it in this playthrough, but we didn't have any sneak bonuses to help along with that. And you can't do it if you are wearing heavy armor, and you can't use magic attacks for a sneak attack. That's the other kicker. But yeah, there's a lots of different enemies in here that change. You saw a little bit of leveling up in there. Um, at some point, you can once this is filled and you level up again with skills, you can level up to the legendary. So you flip it over and you get more boosts. But yeah, that is kind of the game. So the game is trying to go through the quest, trying to see what's going to happen as you explore things. We didn't see. Let's talk over real quick the strongholds. So the first time you put a token on here, you can't go to the market buy anything there, and the market is defined by which place you go to. So we don't have the market cards in here, but if you, for example, we're at Dawnstar. So we look at Dawnstar's card here. It says here we can buy red items, which are like your heavy armors and iron weapons. You buy magic items as well, so you cloaks and spells. And then here, I believe I gotta check. I gotta look in the rulebook what these special symbols mean. But each
It's like
each
gathering, maybe. something like that.
Maybe, I don't know. I gotta check to see what it does. Each location has special abilities associated to it, in addition to different markets in there. But long story short, if we would put a marker on Dawnstar right now, well, guess what? We can't go to the market and buy any of that stuff. And to get rid of that token, we have to be in that city and spend 5 money. And you can move. You can get rid of one of these tokens. The write-in one first, close one, and then unsleeper one, right? But you can only do that once
Mhm.
per round. So you have to spend a few turns to clear it up. Now that's if it's unstable. If it goes to closed, well now in order to access the city at all, you have to spend 5 money to go in there and do anything in there. And the worst one is rioting. Every turn you get an extra threat, straight up. Be it you put on another quest card, be it you put on another stronghold. And so if you have enough things rioting in there, the whole world's gonna go to shambles. So that is really bad. But that is Skyrim. So hopefully that made sense to you guys. If you guys have questions, let me know. There's a lot. There's a lot in this game. This is just a little demo showing a few things going on. If you guys want to see more of this or see another playthrough with the different choices, we'll do it again next week as a potential option. Let me know in the comment section below. But Dan, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you.
So real quick, let's go over some first impressions because we played this like once together before this, and I played this with the designer beforehand as well. So you start. What are your thoughts on this game, real quick?
I love the narrative element. I think that's really cool. I love the decisions. The I mean, there was actual consequences for my failed lockpicking, which was felt. Um, so that was cool. It was very thematic. Really kind of brought me into it, which I enjoyed. Um, the one worry is ultimately, and we were playing very much together, which is how I prefer to play anyway, and how I'd probably play if I was playing the game. Um, but initially, the first move when you were going from Whiterun up towards Winterhold,
Hmm.
you might have been able to take 4 moves and go to or you did actually went to the cave, and then I met you there. But had I just go to Winterhold and I just tried to lockpick, and then you had to fight 2 monsters before the turn ended, you'd have to complete those 2 monsters. I feel like that would have more downtime for me than I'd be happy to have happen often throughout it. Um,
Yeah, the rulebook and the design mentions as well said that when you're doing these quests, it's recommended that you do them simultaneously. So as you're doing your lockpicking, someone else can do combat, and unless you're fighting a big vampire lord, the other combat I felt like once you know what's going on, you can resolve it pretty fast with just
right,
rolling dice and seeing what the results are and keep moving, right?
right.
So, but yes, you're exactly right. There can be downtime in there with splitting up for sure. I agree with that point for sure.
Yeah, and I'm typically one to be invested in the other person's moves and what they're doing
Yep.
anyway.
Yep.
So I would be, rooting them on and whatever. But I'd be like, oh man, I wish I was fighting. I
Exactly.
was just picking a lock, you know. Um, so different than what I'm used to playing, where you're kind of just going around together.
Right.
Um, uh, and I guess while something like an Eldritch or Arkham or something where you're moving around the board and you're split up all the time, you each just have one event that occurs, one after the other instead of a potential for many rounds of combat.
Hmm.
So that's probably my only negative, but I do I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to. Again, the narrative element really pulling me in, making me want to know who that guy that left the the Blades deck was.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know. They don't like the card at
Yeah.
all. Which I think is gonna be really nice because I think there's gonna be a lot of replayability in this game for sure.
Oh, totally, totally.
Because like it guaranteed you're not gonna do every quest in this game. I mean, it's just not gonna
Sure.
happen. You go around time.
And we started this off by having 4 cards that we chose 2 at random, and then those had 2 paths each. So
Correct.
you start off immediately with 8 different paths
Right.
that you choose and go through. So just the very first chapter 1, play 1, you could do it 8 times if you're a solo player and have a completely different experience, which is kind of insane.
Exactly. And that's why I didn't feel so bad showing some more of the actual gameplay in here because I feel like
Oh,
there's just
totally.
a lot of different choices, a lot of things you can do, and even if you make the same choice, depending on the rolls and luck a little bit in there and how you mitigate things, you could have different results too. So
Like I said, like I would probably go back in and just do that all over again and just hope to pick that lock correctly,
right,
find out who is in there.
I I really like the one thing you didn't mention yet, but I really like the enchantments and upgrades cards on how it like slides right next to the card to give you a boost in there. In some cases, that's really fun. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, can you enchant multiple times? Does a particular weapon have a limit of enchantments, and then maybe stronger weapons later on you can do more of, or
Yep, good question. Yes and no. So each item can only be enchanted once and upgraded once.
okay?
But so like my sword, for example, it's got both symbols in the corner, enchant and
Mm,
upgrade. So you can do both. Some of them can only upgrade, some can only enchant, whatever. But if you look over at your novice robes, you can enchant this item up to 2 times. So yeah, so this one it only costs 1 soul gem to enchant it, but you can have 2 enchantments on this. So there are special ones, generally the magic armor, right, or magic stuff that you can enchant multiple times.
right.
So yeah, but otherwise, yes, normally only one each. So so I think that's really cool. I do like the events and how I kind of push the narrative forward. The world quests are kind of cool, so we can decide, hey, this needs to be, we need to take care of this. Um, one thing we didn't talk about is how to pack up the game, put it away. There's a method of doing it. I won't go through the details here, but you can be putting things in boxes and putting some tokens in there, and the tokens will tell you what the current state is. And we talked about this a little bit, Dan, offline. But I
Yep.
honestly feel like just taking a picture is the best way of doing it and putting it back the way it was. Because
Yeah, I mean, specifically, each round we've had to add a couple of markers, and if we played 2 more rounds, we might have 2 more world quests out there.
right,
So the amount of things on the board, um, I would totally take a picture.
good question, Jeff. Are the dungeons always full of either traps or monsters, or are there any events with choices in there? In the dungeon, I'm pretty sure there are only traps and monsters specifically. I think in the other things you go to, like the wilds and the strongholds, those will have events with choices. Now, I could be wrong. I've only seen a little bit of the demo, but that is my expectation based on how it works. Because the other thing is too, because if you look at the dungeon card itself, um, oops, let's see, this one right here, it's calling out enemy groups, and so it'd be weird that an enemy group would have a choice in there and not either a trap or an enemy. The other thing I did mention too is if you have multiple enemies at a time, you have to take out the leftmost one first, and then the rightmost one, and then so on and so forth. But they all will be attacking you at the same time, and the traps happen first. You have to get past the traps first and attack all the enemies. So
Do you roll once for their attack or once each for their attacks?
I don't recall offhand if it's once for all the attacks
Right.
or once for each. I'm not
It
positive
looks
on that.
like there could be 4
You
uh, monsters out there, or
you can have quite a
could
few.
this be 4 players each doing it separately with maybe only 2 each?
So this combat area is only for the TTS mod. I don't think this combat area is going to be in the
Oh,
game.
okay. Okay.
You just set the cards to the side, and it's just the leftmost one is the one you have to attack. So
Got it.
yeah, good question, Jeff. I'm not entirely sure on that one, but at least my expectation is most likely just traps and monsters. The other thing I'll mention is as you level up, because now I leveled up, so now I'm a little bit stronger with my character. There we go. Okay, because now I have a marker under the 0 spot. So anytime I attack a 0 level character, for example, like the skeever, it's got 0 up there. I will then remove it from the game. Um, and so this deck's gonna get smaller and smaller and have stronger and stronger enemies in it. In addition to that, there is a separate dungeon deck that you will be drawing a card from the top of it, which is going to be an order of stronger enemies as you go, and you'll be tucking at the bottom of this deck. And so you'll, over the course of the game, be removing the weaker enemies and putting stronger enemies in, so the deck should level up with the characters. That's how it works. And there'll be card tuck boxes for each of these decks and everything in there. So when you're done, you just take the deck, throw in the deck box, and you should be good there. Um, Oh yeah, other thoughts. Yeah, so I really like the upgrades enchanting. I think it's really cool. I like the how the world quest and event stuff work. I love this choice of I put a threat on this quest. Can I get rid of it before it goes off? Or I don't care about this one. Let's have this one go off. It's not gonna be a big deal. Some quests also don't have any threat markers on it. It's always available to you. It will never go away. Other ones are timed. You have to put a threat on it every turn in addition to the event card that tells you put a threat out there. So there's a lot of rioting in there, and the choice to like have a city go rioting or not is pretty cool. I do enjoy that one. The skills are mostly just roll extra dice. To be fair, there's a few of them that do other stuff, which I think is more interesting. But I mean, it works for the game, right? Stuff like speech, it's kind of cool because when you go buy stuff in the market, if you have the speech skill, you will draw extra cards to look at more market cards. Um, let's see. The enemies, we talked about those. There's a bunch of different ones. They're double sided, so you have a random card of which one you might be fighting. There's tons of treasures in the game, of course. Things you'd probably expect. And I think.
Something else we didn't touch on. Ultimately,
Right.
our equipment we can sell back. I think the bottom left
That's correct.
icon is the gold we'd receive for selling the item back when we buy something better later on.
Correct. So there's iron armor we're looking at. It costs 2 gold, for example. So it's your novice robes. Also, if you have things upgraded or enchanted and you sold it back, that upgrade enchantment goes with it. So, um, like most video games, you probably want to get a nice piece of equipment before you upgrade or enchant it, right? So you use it for longer. Uh, yeah, lots of trinkets and items you can get. But that is. Oh, we'll talk about death. When you die in this game, you will draw a event card and do it, and then you also be putting additional threat on the board. So that is the negative effect of dying in this game. But other than that, you keep your. I think you keep your stuff, whatever state you're in, but you come back to life. So it's going to accelerate the quest out there because you're wasting time recovering essentially. But that's negative effects. But yeah,
I think
this.
one of the updates that they had today mentioned one of the expansions had vampirism,
Mhm.
so you could become a vampire, which was always a funny part of the game. It's cool. Then you had to had to get rid of it, or you'd be slowly losing health during the day.
Right, right.
Um,
Yeah, there's a lot coming in the game. It's this game is a really hard one to explain, so I apologize. It was hard to follow just because there's just so much happening. I'm trying to cover all the bases, so at least you get an idea of what's in the game. But yeah, it's a big one. It's a big
yeah,
one.
it's massive. Yeah.
Hmm. So cool. I think. Oh yeah, my overall thoughts on it. I liked it. I'm with you though, Dan. I this feels like it's at points it's cool cooperation, which I enjoy a lot, and at some points it's multiplayer solitaire, which it works, but it's not also my cup of tea either. I love the Skyrim theme. I'm a huge fan. I love the video game, and I feel like the theme is definitely here. I can tell the source material, the lore. They're definitely pulling from the lore for sure. So if you don't know the Skyrim video game, will you not like this game? No. I think you won't necessarily understand some of the references, but that's not going to detract from the experience either. I think
Right.
it'd be fine to play along with it. But of course, if you know the IP, it'll be more fun for you in that sense. Because like these locations, I remember some of them, and what's in some of the locations. So that's brings back a little more nostalgia for it. Um, but yes, I'm a huge fan of open world stuff, and this one's interesting because it has all its quests and it forces you to make tough decisions on what really matters. Because not only do you have to do it for the quest, but also when you're rolling dice, you have resources. You can keep spending resources as much as you want to keep adding more dice to try to do that successful roll. But it really depends on is this important or not. If you like making those types of decisions in the game, you've got plenty of those choices between the roles and the quests in this one. So that's a key element of it. Cool. I think that's going to conclude the play for tonight. And Dan, thank you so much for joining me. It was a blast hanging out with you.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. One last thing that I know you don't want to not mention, but everybody should join us on Saturday, or join you guys on Saturday for Extra Life. Great cause.
Yes, thank you for mentioning that. So we are doing an extra live stream this Saturday. It is a fundraiser, if you're not familiar, to raise money for children's hospitals with our reach our funding goals. So thank you so much, everyone who's already donated. I'm truly amazed by the support of the community and everyone watching us. But yeah, if you don't, even if you don't want to donate or you can't, no big deal. But we're gonna do a full day of streaming Saturday. It's gonna be on this channel. The event's already out there. If you want to take a look at what it is, I got a schedule posted too. But yep, that is Extra Life this Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, you could even donate to mess with the guys during their games
Be
and
nice, be
say,
gentle.
like, I'll give you $2, but you got to take an extra hit.
Yes, exactly. Yep, we've got some small monetary amounts if you want to positively help us or negatively help us, and it'll be up to you. My fate is in your hands. So, but yeah, the One Stop Crew, we've got games the whole day. It's starting at 8 a.m. Eastern and going probably until like 11 p.m. Eastern time frame, basically straight. So, it'll be a full day. Excellent. Well, that is conclude our stream. Thanks everyone for watching. If you have questions, let me know in the comment sections. I'll try to respond to all of them. If you have any further questions on how the game works. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the next stop. Bye bye.
Bye.